So I. Okay, so let's call the meeting to order at 5:48 PM. See. Let me just pull up the. Oh, I don't have Wi-Fi. I'm like, why is something working? Oops.
Pretty much is besides whatever you're gonna give us on the updates is planning marketing.
Yeah, but that's what we really need to do is we need to plan marketing. We need to come up with catchy topics or titles for the topics. But the updates that I have, all of our speakers are confirmed. So we are set to go with the speakers, which is very exciting.
Have we heard anything from Amanda Mendes? Amanda Mendes, no.
Again?
Energy.
The one from the town, yeah.
Who was gonna call them? I think, and
I think it was,
Matthew?
let me pull up the minutes from last meeting. I honestly can't remember I know it wasn't one of us. I think it was either Jonathan or Matthew or Andrea.
I sent them an email after
Okay.
our meeting.
Our meeting was 5:21. So it was. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we talked about, we have the topics. And this was. Romin Sugeo, Angel Controfera, Alejandro. Huitrago. Oh, the grant specialist, that's right. It was Renee, right? That we were checking in with Renee
For staff involvement.
regarding grants.
Yeah.
Did we follow up on that?
No, we did, but there's no confirmation that she's able to make it.
But like for the dates of the boot camp or?
Yeah, for
Okay.
the September date. I'm waiting for any alternatives, but like I said in the meeting, I don't know that it's.
Gotcha.
that
Okay,
It could look likely.
okay. So then let's just refresh real quick on the topics that we have. The business basics from incorporation, to compliance. We need to come up with a catchy title on that. That'll be myself and Suhail, the labor employment attorney. For the access to capital, we have, we decided to turn that into a panel style. And that would be Angel Leon from Prospera. I have an SBA lender specialist, that's already confirmed for the date that Jose recommended, Alejandro Huitrago. And then that's where we wanted the grant specialist, which I don't think we're gonna count on Renee from the town. So I still have to reach back out to my grant writer, which I haven't had a chance to get in touch with. So that's something on my pending list, which is that I have to reach out to. And then we have the socializing your business, which is leveraging social media to build your business with Tico. And then we'll have the motivational speaker with Pat. So everybody's confirmed with the exception of the grant specialist.
Okay.
Okay, and I was thinking that the access to capital panel, since we want to do that as a panel, and that's gonna require a moderator, because I would assume Matthew's probably gonna moderate the entire event. But I was thinking for that panel, maybe to have you moderate it, Carlos, because, come on,
Okay,
You're-
I can moderate.
Yeah.
I can do it if you
And,
want
but
to.
but in all
Yeah.
seriousness, you are a business owner, you know what it's like to have to build capital for your businesses. You understand how small business owners think. I think you'll come up with really good questions, because a moderator will have questions prepared for the panel.
Okay.
And then also corral the crowd, which you can do, so.
Also, I think there's a added. I don't know, I feel like it adds to it when it's a committee member.
I agree.
That's willing to speak on it.
Yeah. I agree. And that way we give more participation because we have myself participating, Carlos, Matthew moderating, Andrea participating in terms of, doing business with Miami Lakes. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so I think it's all good. Okay.
Alright, so let's get the names.
Okay, so let's talk about the catchy slogans. So we wanna make this catchy, attractive to people when they see it on a flyer. We have 5 panels, so we have 5 speakers. We've got one panel, which is myself and Suhail, and we even need to come up with a topic on that. But it's basically a presentation on everything you would want to know that would possibly get you in trouble as a business owner. From being a party of one to having, 50+ employees. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it by stage of size of business. So, you have 1, you have 2, you have 5, et cetera, et cetera. And what comes with each stage of business growth. So, I'm almost thinking of a play on, age, right? Like how old is your business or how big is your business?
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna get into like W2 versus?
Yes,
okay.
W2 versus 10, so, that, here on the minutes that I took for last meeting, I called it business basics from incorporation to compliance, super boring. But something like business basics, from your EIN to your, so something like that. So as simple as registering for your EIN, that's business 101, something like that.
Spell-based.
Yeah. So yeah, so business 101, I think would be good.
I think the business basics is like a really, I don't know, I think like it's easy, but it's a very good.
Or the other one that is catchy but is not interesting, business for dummies.
That's funny. Or how about, or we could call it, yeah, we could call it business compliance for dummies. I don't know if we wanna put dummies on a town thing,
Yeah.
but we could call it like business basics, welcome to starting your own business 101, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
the other thing is that we should give it a name to the whole thing.
Yes,
So to the
Yeah.
whole thing, what like, let's just give an example, Miami Lakes, business boot camp or,
Mhm.
or whatever we
I
want to call it.
Business bootcamp is good. I think we could play around with the name more, but I think that's good. So, are we allowed in these gatherings to use the power of artificial intelligence? Like to come up with titles for stuff?
Yes, I'm not the biggest fan of it.
I
but-
know, but it's
but
so
for-
helpful to come up with titles and names for stuff.
Yeah, I'm not, for something like.
That is how I came up with many original titles during my wedding season.
I don't mind it, it's.
Yeah, it's silly. It's not
People
anything
submitting
important.
official stuff.
No, it's not official stuff. This is just to come up with fun names. Okay, the other one is the access to capital, panel. In my minutes, I called it get that money. But yeah, I don't know if we wanna call it that.
Get funded,
Huh?
how to get funded.
Get funded,
Finding, oh. I was
Uh,
finding funding, would that be like? Written, like, sounds better, nails on the chalkboard.
Um,
Really the lifeblood of business, but.
okay, let's see.
funding.
This is very.
No. Um,
And I'm just working on 4th of July stuff, right? You guys might, but I'm thinking maybe like. Funding your future.
Oh, well, that's cool, but that sounds like retirement. to
Finding
me.
your.
Come on,
That's not
Blair.
retirement,
I know.
getting your nest egg together,
Yeah, that's totally retirement.
that's so retirement.
Hmm.
Can you put capital requirements? Something along those lines.
Okay, AI for the win, ready? Show me the money, a playbook for small business capital.
play.
Alright, okay, we gotta use it, guys, we gotta use the power of artificial intelligence.
It's just.
It's great, it's
Say that
fantastic,
again.
just say yes.
Playbook
Show me the money, a playbook for small business capital.
I like the playbook.
Exactly, that's the one I like it too.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
awesome, yeah,
we
cool.
probably don't wanna make them too long.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
alright. Great, great.
Numbers.
I wish. There's others. I told it to give me 5 options. This one's kind of cheesy. Cash flow chronicles, navigating capital streams for small business. This one's kind of cool. Dollars and cents. Unveiling the pathways to small business funding. I like show me the money. I think it's cool. All right, so let's see the other one.
Man, it's a smart, no?
Yeah, the first one sounds.
Was it the playbook one?
The playbook one is the one that I like it.
Yeah,
Playbook to, playbook to meet capital requirements. I like the way it's.
a playbook for small business capital.
Yeah.
Yeah. Playbook, yeah, that sounds better.
Mhm.
Go 5 and that's gonna be good, that's gonna be helpful, coming up with these titles is helpful to give the speakers guidance.
Uh-huh,
500 fund, friends, business basics.
so, okay, so we have business, the first one what did we put?
Well, I just typed in the, okay, so let's see, ooh, okay, so.
Oh, let's go home. It's for an AI right now.
Alright. So we had called it Business Basics, welcome to starting your own business 101. We can keep it along the lines of classroom style, so, so what AI suggests, I don't like this one, compliance carnival, navigating the fun house of business basics. That's very cheesy.
Can-
Uh-huh,
Sorry. I like the welcome, but the starting your own business, I think kind of limits it to a lot of people.
okay,
Versus maybe, starting and.
welcome to business so business
Start-
basics, welcome to business 101,
Yeah,
or welcome to owning your own business 101.
or maybe, I don't mind starting, or at least it sounds good, but starting and stabilizing your businesses, or
Okay,
something along the lines of, for those that are already up and running.
or how about business
Okay.
basics, welcome to business ownership 101. Maybe,
Yeah, I'd hate to limit it just to people who
I
are
get
starting
you.
a business. You
yeah,
might have some that have been in business for 6 months, a year, 2 years,
I get you,
and they
yeah,
probably need this more than the guy starting.
that's absolutely correct, because they have more employees, you're spot on about that.
It'll take them to the next level.
Okay, so how about business basics, welcome to business ownership 101?
It's a lot.
Or how about,
But
I
you
do
know,
like
The
this,
first one you had was.
so I like this, so this one, I don't necessarily like the beginning of it, but the ABCs of compliance, from incorporation to employee euphoria.
I have a
yeah.
question. The only thing that I don't see it, which I think is important, is what you mentioned it, that is between the number of employees.
I agree,
So, and on those titles that we have decided, it doesn't tell you.
it doesn't, let me see.
So how can we,
I like navigating business cycles, something along that.
So it's another one was compliance road trip or compliance roadmap. Oh, how about a combination of these two? From paperwork to peace of mind, a compliance roadmap based on your business size. Something like that.
I think we're getting somewhere.
That says it all, it's just.
Yes.
A compliance roadmap based on business size. Let's see.
It's not catchy, but it's direct.
It's not catchy, you're right, yeah,
But it's direct.
yeah.
That is, you know, compliance roaming, depending on your business side.
Oh, I got it. This one's good. See, this is why they're paying like hundreds of thousands of dollars for AI engineers, people that can speak the language of AI, because it's not what it gives you, it's what you tell it to give you. So you have to give it the right prompt. From solo to squad, navigating compliance as your business grows. I like that, from solo to squad.
Okay.
Navigating
Navigating.
compliance as your business grows. I think that's cool.
Yeah, navigating, yes.
This one is, counting employees, crossing Ts. I don't like that one. A small business compliance odyssey. I like from
So-
solo to squad. I think that says what it's about.
So this is from the from corporation to compliance.
Correct,
Correct.
yes.
That's gonna focus mainly on compliance.
It's gonna focus mainly on, yes, so for example, solos, like you're in solo mode, incorporation. How should you pay yourself? Because that's always a question that I get. Do I take a distribution? Do I just take money from my bank account? Do I cut myself a payroll, right? And then you add one employee, right? You add one employee, it's a critical juncture, 1099 or W2, right?
Mhm.
What does that mean? How to determine that? Then the next phase after that, it's 4 employees. Why 4? Workers' comp comes into play. Then after that, the next juncture would be 10, right? You activate certain compliance measures, then 11, you activate OSHA. Then after 11, you go to the next, step up against that, et cetera, and so on and so forth. So-
Insurance.
Yeah. Exactly, yep.
So we got our cash register background every time you hit one ting.
That's actually really good. I like that. That's pretty much what happens. Okay, okay, so from solo to squad, business compliant or business, navigating compliance as your business grows, or just
Correct.
compliant
No,
as your
I
business
like
grows?
the second
The-
part.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay, all right, so let's keep it there. Okay, next one is the social media. I came up with this one on my own without AI, thank you very much. Socialize your biz, leveraging social media to build your business.
Can you repeat that again? Marcelo?
Socialize your biz, leveraging social media to build your business.
I think that's
That's
pretty
simple,
straightforward.
right? Pretty straightforward,
Yeah.
No need to ask, yeah.
right? Yeah,
Leveraging your social media in the digital age, like. Because it's a changing scene too, so maybe there's like. Yeah, I think the navigating part is important.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, then the next one is the one with doing business with Miami Lakes. Oh, hello, we should call it growing beautifully, duh.
Low-hanging fruit, that's
So
a
this is doing business with the town.
Yes, like why this was like our shameless plug, when we met the first time, we basically talked about, this is in our house. You're here, you're stuck here for 2 hours, the least you can do is, entertain us on a shameless plug of why Miami Lakes is a great place to do business. So, and in talking with Andrea, she's probably gonna use, probably for our last hurrah, that, the local intel and talk about, we're gonna get like 1,000 hits on the local intel before we cancel it. She'll talk about all the different features and whatnot. I mean, I'd love to be able to talk about more than just the features of Miami Lakes in terms of the geography.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it's important with where I think local intel does cover some of that. All right, I'm new to the town. Where do I start?
Yeah,
If I need to get a business license, if I need to get a permit to
Yeah.
install a window or install a cooking, an oven or something, how do I do it?
so we have,
And I know we've had that before.
we have a business resources part on our new website, which gives access to the chamber, the Greater Miami Chamber. Beacon Council, sponsorship opportunities, like, local events, that's another thing that maybe. Would be good to like throw in there. to
We're
local
targeting
as
small
well.
business, so you're really not doing any industry.
right,
organizations.
yeah.
It's like, where do you get your foot in? And maybe if you are a bigger one, what do you do? Like, is it sponsorships? Is it,
Mhm.
like what's the next step for local?
Yeah.
interaction and growth.
Okay.
Like I think when the spot came in, they immediately started.
You
jumping on
know,
events.
who else, I might tap to put on this, if we wanted to have another panel, I don't know, you guys tell me. We have the first panel with 2 people, we have the second, speakers with a panel of 3. The next one is just Tico, then we have Andrea's, we can either give it all to Andrea, or we might want to, rope in maybe Fred Senra. Or I don't know, if there's
Who-
anybody else,
So, you know what I think,
Mhm.
based on what they're saying? Could it be somebody from the city? From the town?
maybe, we're struggling to get somebody on grants, I don't know,
Be-
you tell me.
Because the reason why is because I think they're the ones that could tell more of the compliance side of it. Hey, you have to come get your business, you gotta come your tax,
I can ask,
How you call
Danny. Did I mention Danny?
No,
I think Danny's an amazing resource.
Let me ask you a question though. The grant specialist is for businesses to apply for whatever grants may be out there, how to access grants.
you're asking me for the previous panel, the one on access to capital?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need one, the one that typically does that for the town, we have no guarantee that they could be available, so scratch that.
So how many businesses actually would apply for grants?
So that I think is actually a really valuable
Because
point.
a lot of grants are really government type grants.
I
just
100% agree, so I think people need to hear that, because every time that I meet with a client that I do business consulting for, they're like, well, what about grants? I'm like, grants are so rare, like, you need someone to tell you to your face that you're probably very unlikely to be able to access a grant, you know?
And I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to lose that thought, but what I think is probably more valuable.
Uh-huh,
Because you got Alejandro, which is SBA, that's the kind of a bread and butter, whatever applies. You have an SBA specialist.
okay,
So this becomes like an SBA thing, but really, I think what businesses struggle more with. is
Loans.
Either you have, like angel type capital, or you have hard money, soft
Uh-huh.
money. But the
Or
biggest thing for a
businesses.
business is how do I take this expensive money and how do I become bankable?
okay,
So what will a bank look at
sure,
so I can apply for a conventional loan at 7% versus 13, 14?
right,
Correct.
And then get a line of credit or get
right,
obviously the 504 is an SBA piece, which is
Mhm.
10%. But if I have 20%, I
right,
just get a conventional loan. So how does a business become bankable?
okay,
And everything about a restaurant, everybody, but
everybody, yeah,
a company who's manufacturing something that, can I get a loan for a certain piece of equipment that's gonna
Okay.
make me,
And what's the
Expand.
minimum you have to have? It's because if you start a business,
how do I
nobody's gonna
finance
lend you.
equipment, how do I finance a
Two,
truck, how do I
you-
finance?
correct, right, a lot of banks will require at least 3
Bill.
years of tax returns, what if I just started to open up my doors, yeah, absolutely.
I think
So-
those are more important.
Then the grants.
Than the grants.
Okay, and maybe one of you guys could have the job of telling them that grants are like pie in the sky. George, do you wanna speak on that? In this panel, or do you know someone that you would want to tap?
Let me see if I can find somebody that could.
Okay.
Talk on a broader from a commercial and industrial standpoint.
Okay, so let me put it this way, cause I was just having this conversation maybe 2 hours before this meeting. Somebody that just opened up their doors is trying to make, is very willing and has invested personal money to get equipment and whatnot, but a true small business, has no employees, it's just her, it's a burgeoning medical practice, and and she wants to get out there. She, just got like a part-time assistant, and she's financed like hundreds of thousands of dollars in medical equipment, right? And some of these are like personal financing, right? She's like, okay, I need to get a loan. And it's like, all right, she's not gonna get a loan because you haven't been in business for, correct, exactly. So that kind,
And may take huge distributions or whatever.
correct. So that kind of situation, which I feel like.
But the SBA kind of ties into too.
Uh-huh.
You need to.
But for example, she only got one offer from the SBA through one particular program, but it is at prime plus 6%. So it comes out being a 14.5% loan. For over 10 years, at 14.5%.
7A or that.
That one, the 7A, it has a weird funky name with a Q. Whatever, it's SBA 7A Express, I was saying.
The express is under 500,000.
Yes,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah, it's between
500.
50 to 200K, yeah.
Yes, under 500 is the express, under coming out with a product is from 5 to 5 million.
So, so I think, and I don't know if Angel, I haven't,
They'll go off projections for that.
yeah, so I haven't spoken enough
So
to
maybe the
Angel.
FBA is, you know,
But for example, I referred her to
But
I
next
referred her
step.
to a banker. Right, so
Yeah.
next step, what is my next step? I am new, I am trying to, open up. I don't wanna use my personal money, or I have no personal money, but I have a business and I have a skill and I wanna make money, and
How long
I'm.
do you need to?
Exactly,
Pretty
like
much.
how long, what do I need to know? That's a good way to put it, how to become bankable, so I don't know if Angel would be
now,
equipped.
typically a financial professional, CPA.
Yeah.
They're, because they're the ones preparing the books for these
Mhm.
companies and they know what it takes to.
Yeah, but for example, like something, understanding that you may not qualify for a business loan, you may have to go with a personal loan. Just to be able to get your foot in the door and get
Mhm.
access to some capital, so things like that.
I think it's more valuable.
I
than-
agree with you, poke around, see if there's someone that you've got that we could tap,
If not, he's volunteer.
and if not, yes, George, I vote you.
No, I mean, it's gotta be good, and I just don't, I don't do a lot of the commercial side of it.
But I don't. I mean, I think we've got a business owner that is in the Grandes Liga of, large commercial lending. They've already done that. You know what I mean? They've already taken the incremental steps where they know that that's the next step. I think the majority of people that need to hear that message are people that have never even applied for a commercial loan. So I think it's very
And
good.
what I need to do.
Correct.
Right? And
How to
if you wait
position
2
yourself.
years, you need to do
Yeah.
that,
Mhm.
your income statement has to look this way, blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
Then you apply it, and the other thing which is important, for people to know is, what are the values that you should ask?
Mhm.
Without having to do a lot of more paperwork and backgrounds and all of those things, right? It's under 100 is what you should ask first, or how you're building the credit for your company.
Yeah.
That's another one. How you build the credit, for your credit reputation for your company.
Cool. Okay. All right, I love it. Okay, so, Danny, that you mentioned, sorry, going back to
Yeah.
the other topic, the growing beautifully, it's Danny, what's his last name?
Angel, he's our building.
Danny
official.
Angel?
He's our building official, our code compliance guy. He is my contact, our contact for the VCR list.
Okay,
He is a fantastic resource in terms
It's
of
very good.
pretty much anything related to the town's administration.
okay,
So if there was someone to speak on, what is offered, what to look out for,
perfect.
I think he'd be a really good shout. Like, again, I don't know the availabilities because I'm just thinking about him now.
But I agree.
But if there's gonna be someone, I think, and he's very charismatic.
Oh, excellent, that was gonna be my next question, can he
No,
hold the
he
room?
is, yeah.
Yeah, I think-
I have dealt with him
Yeah.
for the Cinco de Mayo event, and he's very, very open.
He is.
Very,
He's
always
like the
trying
best
to
among
help.
us. Yeah, for sure.
Fun.
Who might hear us talking about?
Mhm.
Okay, and then the last panel is our motivational speaker. A. That we need, a fun title for, so fun
To get us
title.
not to give up.
So, yeah, right, to not give up. So I like these two. Building dreams from scratch. Tales of triumph from rags to riches. And then the other one is blueprint for success. Lessons learned on the road to entrepreneurial greatness.
Say the first one.
Building dreams from scratch. Tales of triumph from rags to riches. And then the other one that I like is blueprint for success. Lessons learned on the road to entrepreneurial greatness. Or we can combine them, building dreams from scratch,
I like that.
lessons learned. On the road from rags to riches.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do that.
Well, I mean, I'm just that. It's up to you.
I like that one.
But
Don't give up. I think it's that.
basically, like,
Right.
too much.
My little understanding of business is it's very like
It's a journey.
morale crushing,
Oh, yes.
but rewarding, but, you know. You have to be very. You have to have your
Today is
routine.
not the day to have those things.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so we've got our catchy titles. Now we need a title for the boot camp. If we wanted to change it, let's see.
Are we going to call it kind of Miami Lakes Business Boot Camp or just Business Boot Camp?
I think not Miami Lakes. I think we need to own it.
Mhm. To advertise it most.
Yeah. I mean, to keep it simpler on people's mouths and minds, I don't think it has to say the town of Miami Lakes
No.
presents this. It could just be
Business Boot Camp.
business, I think I wrote down somewhere like innovation, like business innovation summit, like something really,
Yeah.
probably different scope than what we have, but. You know,
We wanted to, if there's one change we wanted to do
Mm.
between boot camp and workshop.
We wanna call it a workshop.
The workshop,
Yeah.
that's what we had decided, right? So, business workshop. Let's learn and play. Business workshop, what does AI says?
This event's at when again, with the date on it?
September 20th.
Exactly.
Remember, you're hosting a panel. Yeah, September 20th.
Yes.
Okay, so, there's a couple options here. Startup Spark. Or something about Spark. Small business boot camp, turbocharge your entrepreneurial spirit. It's cool. Foundations for flourishing, crafting your business blueprint. Local legends, unleashing small business success, or how about Startup Spark, unleashing small business success?
No, something easier.
Yeah,
Because that has to
or-
be kind of different.
Okay,
Business
or-
work, boot camp or workshop. Now, for whatever reason, I understand why changing the workshop,
mhm,
but the boot camp kind of makes,
it's cool,
it
yeah,
makes more sense. Type of, hey, I'm going to learn stuff. you
Yeah.
know? Like, business boot camp. The only thing that I don't get it when when I'm listening to the name is business bootcamp. I can also think about different business that are going to show me different business opportunities, not necessarily that I'm going to learn the principles and those things. Obviously, by looking at the agenda or looking at the topics.
right, they're gonna realize what it's
Yes,
for,
what it's
yeah.
for, but the title doesn't specifically tell me immediately that.
basic.
What if would we wanna do, kind of going back to that business 101? So, economic
The
development
thing is
committee,
that
small
then-
business, yeah,
Then it will happen what he was mentioning, that
that the
will
big ones
limit it.
won't come.
Will limit it to.
How about a back to basics business boot camp? Cause even big guys are like, oh, we gotta go back to basics. We gotta, we gotta go back to like the tried and true principles. Back to basics, business boot camp.
When you're trying to figure stuff out, yes.
Yeah.
But, no, you also limit it because then you're only bringing the ones that want to go back to basics,
The better business boot camp.
Or
or.
better business practices.
Yeah.
Hmm,
Okay, so how about,
ins and outs.
how about, we call it, small business workshop or small business boot camp, practices to better your business?
Yes.
Like the subtitle, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Practices to
Or better
better.
business practices. That works.
Yeah. Business boot camp practices, what was it?
Practices to better your business.
Yes.
Okay, so we call it. I'm thinking of like the logo, I'm thinking of, you know, in small letters. Town of Miami Lakes Economic Development Committee presents in really tiny letters, like hovering above the title. Business Boot Camp, practices to better your business, and that's the title. Or how about our annual, or do we wanna stick annual? In there? Or 2020, do we wanna call it like 2024 Business Boot Camp? So that way, you know, we
They
just,
know that
it's a thing, yeah.
Honestly. It's like Mr. Branding, but I honestly don't think it has to have like.
No.
Town of Miami Lakes presents, like as far as logos on there, the economic development logos on there. I think we keep it as straightforward as possible, because once we start throwing like visual clutter on it, I think.
How much budget do we have for advertising? And what would be all our resources?
Excuse me, there,
We have 6 minutes.
And we need to leave the room.
no,
Right.
but the meeting is like gonna function. So I know. There is a line item, I think it's $2,000. Then there's a separate marketing line item that, you know, we talked about advertising, maybe using it for.
So I think we should invest, and I don't think that they would charge us a whole lot, but I think we need to give these topics to someone like AC Graphics. To design like a legit agenda flyer, something cool, something eye-catching, like you guys saw Jose. Forwarded the one from the city of Coral Gables. You know what I'm talking about?
I remember
I know Jose
talking
sent
about
it.
it.
Yeah, I know Jose sent it. He sent the flyer. Let me see, aquí está.
Baena?
Yeah, I don't think. I have it.
So I not just the art, but everything for the advertising, the digital advertising part of it, right? You know, we'll do a Eventbrite, right?
Yeah, yeah,
It's
and I
not
think,
Okay.
Daniel talked about.
Check it out.
maybe
So-
Charging a nominal fee.
It was
for-
simple,
Right.
but it's effective, you know, it was bright, and I'm even thinking, remember how last year we talked about like having a flyer with all the topics we had, that they put all the topics here.
It's almost like a
Um,
rat card.
Yeah, pretty much.
But this one is the email format.
This is
So-
the email format,
Whoever designed it to do an email format, to do it
correct,
digital, to do it
correct.
on all the
And I-
formats, so we
Yeah,
can.
and I think, right, and I think we could even, you know. Work even a little bit more on this, where we have a few more, like, it's a little bit more, like, AC Graphics can do a really nice job where they put maybe some color blocks, they put a photo, like, that we can already, if we collect stuff in advance, we can put the speakers' photos on there. So, you know, we make it really eye-catching. Yep,
Social media,
Yeah.
dollar sign.
exactly.
Um,
Let me download this.
and then we'll be sponsoring those ads.
Yeah.
And what else can we use for the city, like the
Oh,
email blasting? and
Yeah,
stuff
we
like
have our
that?
email blast, which our newsletter, every month we put out our events, we can, with information ahead of time, we can. Put it out specifically to like a single email blast, not just keeping it in the newsletter. Tapping into the Laker, the local chamber. Maybe the Grams. The list of tenants that they have in their email lists that I'm sure they keep. You know, tapping into our local media, you know, we're talking about Channel 7
And who,
type of thing.
you create the sponsor ads? Or who
Yeah,
creates it?
through our Facebook, yeah,
Okay, only,
it's us.
okay. that-
But I can check last year what we did, I know we threw it out, I think up until like North Broward. For local business.
I think we say 10 miles, I don't remember exactly.
I could find it, but, tapping a bit into our neighboring. Communities.
Before we run out of time, I think the next thing is to already start engaging the speakers. for, we need your official title, headshot, like, we don't wanna like lag on these things, you need to start working on a presentation, this is your topic, this is what we want out of your topic. Is it okay if I take the reins on that and I communicate to each person directly? Okay, so I will do that.
Do you wanna give them a time or like a date?
Yes, so the business boot camp is September 20th. I would say
The next
that we
committee meeting
need,
is the 18th,
the next committee meeting is June 18th.
June 18th,
So I would say maybe like,
if you wanna frame it.
yeah, I would say that we need responses back with their headshot so that we can do the flyers, right? Cause the most important thing is the flyer.
Yeah.
So I would say that we need speaker headshots and titles by, let's say what, June 30th?
Yeah.
By June 30th. And then we need final
No,
presentations.
no, no.
No?
No, you
Earlier?
said it no earlier, because.
Oh,
it
so that,
takes-
so we can vote on the meeting to allocate the money to do the
Yes.
flyers. Okay, so by, you said it's June 18th is our next meeting,
Mhm.
so June 17th.
And to kind of by June 30 have the flyers and stuff like
Mhm.
that, because then we're going to advertise it for like a month already.
Yeah,
So
okay.
that will be,
perfect. Yeah, because that way, so
That sets us up,
June,
like into this.
yeah,
sweet
because
spot
June
when we-
18th
When we average.
June 18th we'll have, so June 17th we'll have the titles and the headshots from the speakers. June 18th, we have the meeting, we vote on allocating a budget for marketing. We send off the stuff and then we give, AC Graphics or whoever 2 weeks to put it together. And then maybe we can evaluate it of our subcommittee July meeting.
Yeah.
And approve it, and then, yeah, it's in rotation already for the whole month of July, August, we'll have all of July, all of August, and a good part of September, September
So
20th.
just a little, this is just information, last year it was $322 over 23 days, that's when it like. At least superficially sold out, if
Mhm.
you guys remember that, 2,000 link clicks.
it's important for us to know now where we actually gonna have it, because that's.
That was the last thing, is what happened with Energy Mendes?
I haven't gotten any.
Nothing, no response?
No.
Mark, Matthew said that he was gonna reach out to them. I think he said,
We're going.
can we call him, right?
I don't know what their next scheduling looks like, but.
Hey dude, how are you?
Pretty good, what's up?
Hey, we're here at the subcommittee for the boot camp. And we just wanted to ask you real quick if you had a chance to get in touch with Energy Mendes about us borrowing their space.
I have not yet,
Okay,
but I'm shooting an email right now. Actually.
if you could, pretty please, so that maybe we can get an update by the next committee meeting, the regular committee meeting that we have, which is in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty much the only thing we have left to finalize is the location, and then based on the location to finalize the happy hour place, that's it. Sweet,
Hey, wait up. I'll send her an email right now.
muchas gracias,
Yep, you got it.
alright, bye. Okay, that's done.
Perfect. 1 month previous
So double-
advertising, right?
yeah,
I
I'm
think
doubling
one
down on
month, I
the
think, is
request because
Plenty of time.
I'm basically saying, listen, like, we're gonna promote your university. That's-
True.
But yeah, it was $300 something, 2,000 link clicks, like. The 10 miles.
I think we should do it for a month as well, no more than that. Maybe be more aggressive on the budget. Depending on the size of the space we have. Because we were pretty full that day here.
Right.
Yeah.
If we have a bigger space, we can.
We can,
put some more.
right, have more people, of course.
Anything else?
Send my email.
Okay, perfect. So the only thing that I was thinking is when I reach out to people to, discuss a topic, make sure that they're prepared. For the panel on Show Me the Money, I think it would be good for you as the panel moderator to come up with questions before. so that we can send those to the panelists so they can
So they
prepare,
can
exactly, so, you know, they're not just put on the spot blindly. So that they can prepare, and then George, we would just need to finalize who that third person's gonna be, either yourself or, yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're including,
Mhm,
yes.
yeah. Well, it's 3 speakers,
And-
plus you as the moderator, yeah. Which obviously as a moderator, you can chime in with your own advice and whatnot. Yeah. Carlos, can you maybe work on some questions by the time we have our meeting here, the June 18th? Are you here in town? Are you in town? No, you're not in town. Okay.
But I'll send you the,
Okay.
just, the questions.
I'm interested to see how many people are gonna be at the meeting, because it's also a holiday the next day. so-
Is it? What is it?
Juneteenth.
Oh, that's right.
What is, the holiday?
Juneteenth.
To celebrate the end of slavery,
Mhm.
Second or third year.
but I think now. Well, school's out, I'm guessing,
Yeah, school does. It doesn't affect school.
well, at least parents have been using it now to take time. away.
I mean, I'm sure they'll say yes, but do we wanna already reach out to AC Graphics or do we wanna wait until the June 17th meeting?
I would leave it,
Wait, okay.
yeah,
Okay. All right, so I have deadlines here. Speaker headshots and titles by June 17th, approved flyer from AC Graphics by June 30th, final presentations delivered by speakers by September 1st. So we have them 2 weeks in advance of the actual date. So anything else that I'm missing? I think that's it, and then items for next meeting. We would need approval of the marketing budget. Approval of budget for food, like giveaways. Breakfast, can we get a sponsor for breakfast?
yeah, Jessica last year,
Oh, she hasn't been here in a while, so we haven't been able,
we
and
can at least reach
that's
out,
the thing is that if we get her as a sponsor for the breakfast, they may wanna throw somebody on a panel, and we don't have space. George is the person that you're thinking of from your bank?
I was gonna find out task tomorrow,
Okay,
but I was thinking, I was gonna go out there to,
okay,
I prefer somebody from the town.
from the town?
Or, somebody from, it could be a CPA or a financial advisor as well,
Okay,
or maybe a banker.
I was gonna say not a financial advisor, they don't.
Well, not from a, there's business ones, but those are hard. to
Okay.
find.
Yeah, sure,
No, not I'm invest in a.
right, yeah.
Not the IRA guy.
Right, okay. Okay, if it's a CPA, please make sure that they're a charismatic CPA. Because nobody's signing up to go do their taxes. Tell them to put their best foot
But
forward.
a CPA may not be able to help. I think it's more from like a bank lender.
I think it's a banker.
Yeah.
I think the person that we're looking for is a banker. I think it's a banker about, like 5'7", like in his mid-50s, like bald, but still looks well put together. I think that's what we're looking for.
Yeah,
George, just do it.
if not,
I have your text message or I have your number.
You have my number, yeah, just let me know. Okay, perfect.
I have, from TV Bank,
Uh-huh,
small business specialist.
Okay.
Very Fiore. She seems very cool. She helped
okay,
me
we can
out.
ask her, okay, again, just somebody that can speak like to. Like at
small
this
business
level,
specialist.
like at this level, very basic, but again, somebody that, that presents well. Okay, so items for next meeting, approval of marketing budget, approval of budget for food giveaways. We need a breakfast sponsor, we need a breakfast sponsor, and then we need to determine the venue. That's super important.
Yeah, 'cause right now
And
you've got.
happy hour.
You have this all set up, but nobody.
But no place, yeah. I mean, the good thing is,
We
we
have
always have
beer.
beer as a backup, if we have standing room only, that would be a great problem to have. And I know Steve hasn't come in a while, but there's that Bank United.
And they also, the
Right?
other one that you told us here in front,
in front.
They have the rooftop and everything.
Pero the rooftop, we can't do a
No, no.
2-hour event on a rooftop.
Not on the roof.
They have a space in there?
Who's it?
Yeah.
Banco Popular.
Popular, I've been to, yeah.
Pero
Oh.
Popular has like a big inside
I think,
space?
I,
I don't think so.
and no, it
Maybe
doesn't
not.
make sense.
Inside?
But I think it's just an employee,
No.
like, I think
Okay.
idea, like, in a perfect world, that would be an option.
Yeah,
Oh, no, it's like
I can ask.
it's worth asking
Yeah.
if Anna G. Mendez isn't getting back to us. Who was the hookup on Anna G. Mendez? Why did that even come up?
We used to have a board member.
That's what it
That he
was.
was like their, but he moved away.
Mm,
Forgot his name, nice guy. You weren't here yet, Paul.
Okay,
Romy, you remember? You were on?
I don't think I was here when we had an Anna G. Mendez
No,
person.
I really think he moved away.
Anna G. Mendez, then we talked about Bank United. Well, no, I guess Popular is a slight remote possibility, Popular.
I just don't know if they have the facilities for it. How many
Okay.
people? About 100, you think?
Last year, we had a turnout of about 50 something, so yeah, I think 100 would be a good number to shoot for.
Mhm.
Oh, it's a hell of a space, but again, I don't know that, I don't know,
Wow, who knew? I had no idea.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's one thing about ribbon cutting.
Yeah. You see what's
I
inside.
went to the room, that was packed over there, popular,
Yeah,
but you can't do it outside.
No, no, no.
Especially in summer.
Outside.
Oh, no,
But if
it's
we
like
get,
September,
but if we get the inside, then we can do the networking on the roof. Oh, it'd be super cool.
Yeah, but then you have to have it catered in.
We would have to have it,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's okay.
a lot, yeah, that's true. Well, we do it at Popular, then we walk across the street, we go to Chella's, or we can go the other way, not Chella's, where we go to Cancun. Or we go the other way and we still go to Mimitrola, so,
Mhm.
yeah. So it's a good venue for either one.
Maybe Throlan is,
Mimitrola needs it, yes, so, yeah,
Yeah.
that would be a good one for them, for sure.
Mm.
Okay, cool. All right, I think
Perfect.
we've got good stuff.
thank you very
Motion
much.
to adjourn, 6:40 PM.